You are sitting in your boss's office. The door is closed. His chair is leather. Yours is not. Behind him is a window overlooking the city. Behind you is a wall. On his desk is a coffee mug with the company logo. Beside it, a framed photo of his family on a boat. He has been in this room for 11 years. You have been in this building for 7. You slide a single sheet of paper across his desk. He picks it up, reads it, looks at you, then he smiles, like you just told a joke he does not understand yet. Is this real? You nod. He leans back. The leather creaks. Did you get a better offer? No. He waits. I just don't need to be here anymore. The smile disappears. Not into anger, into something else. Confusion. He makes 3 times your salary. His title contains the words senior and vice. He has stock options that vest in 18 months. He has a corner office with a view of the city. And right now, in this room, he is the one who cannot speak. He studies your face. He is trying to do a calculation without having the numbers. You are 33 years old. You make $50,000 a year. You have no inheritance, no side business, no wealthy spouse, and you have just told a man who earns $180,000 a year that you are done. And he is not. He opens his mouth, closes it, then opens it again. But before he can say anything, we go back 7 years. Back to the version of you who walked into this building on a Monday morning in January, wearing a lanyard around your neck, with nothing in your brokerage account. The version of you who believed the man sitting in that leather chair had the life you wanted. You were wrong, but it took you 7 years to understand why. During your first year at the company, you make $48,000. After taxes, about $38,000 reaches your account. You pay rent. You buy food. You go out on weekends because everyone goes out on weekends. By December, you have saved $4,200. You feel good about that for exactly 1 evening. Then you open a retirement calculator. At this rate, saving 11% of your income, you will be able to stop working at 64. You close the browser tab. You do not think about it again for 3 months. In March, your boss buys a new car, an Audi Q7. He parks it in the first space beside the entrance. He mentions it during the Monday meeting. He says his wife chose the color. Everyone nods. That same week, he talks about a ski trip, a private school deposit, and a kitchen renovation. You sit at your desk and start doing the math without meaning to. A salary of $180,000. After taxes, around $130,000. Then the car, the school, the mortgage, the trips, the renovations. You estimate that he spends $155,000 a year, maybe more, which means he saves somewhere between nothing and very little. One night in April, you stay late, not because of work, because of an article someone posted in a forum you found by accident. The article contains a chart, and the chart shows one thing: how many years you have to work before you can retire, based on a single variable. Not income, not investment returns, not luck, your savings rate. The percentage of your take-home pay that you do not spend. Save 10%, and you work for another 51 years. Save 25%, and you work for 32. Save 50%, and you work for 17. Save 75%, and you work for 7. You read it again, then again. You take out your phone and open the calculator. If you earn $38,000 after taxes and spend $19,000, your savings rate is 50%. 17 years, you would be 43, but that seems impossible. $19,000 a year. That is $1,583 a month for everything. Then you look at the other side, your boss. If he saves 5% of his after-tax income, his number is more than 60 years. He will work until he dies. He earns 3 times as much as you, and mathematically, he may never be free. You sit in the empty office while the cleaning crew vacuums the hallway. You look at the chart one more time, and you realize something that will take you years to fully believe. The race is not about speed. It is about distance. His finish line is $3.8 million away. You can place yours at $625,000. The same rules, the same math, a completely different game. You go home that night and look at your life differently. Every dollar you spend is no longer just a dollar. It is a dollar that pushes your finish line farther away, and a dollar that is no longer compounding in your favor. You do not feel excited. You feel like someone who has just discovered a door in a wall everyone said was solid. In year 2, you redesign your life, not dramatically, quietly. You move out of your studio apartment and into a shared house. Your rent drops from $1,400 to $750. You stop eating out during the week. You cancel subscriptions you opened once and never thought about again. You do not buy a car. You ride a bike when the weather is warm and take the bus when it is not. Your coworkers notice nothing because you were never flashy to begin with. Your monthly spending settles at around $2,000. That is $24,000 a year. Your savings rate is now 37%, not 50% yet, but the target is clear. $24,000 multiplied by 25 equals $600,000. That is your number. The 25 comes from the 4% rule. If your investments return roughly 7% over the long term, and inflation averages 3%, you can withdraw 4% of your portfolio every year, and the money will likely outlast you. 1 divided by 4% is 25, so your annual spending multiplied by 25 gives you the portfolio needed to replace your job forever. $600,000, not $1 million, not $2 million. You need $600,000, and you need to keep your annual spending at $24,000. Both sides of the equation matter. You invest $1,800 a month in a single index fund. Broad market, low fees, boring. At the end of year 2, your balance is $46,000. At the end of year 3, it is $97,000. The market helped, compounding helped, but most of it came from the deposits. The early stage is ugly. You are doing almost all the work. The money is not doing much on its own yet. Year 3 is when things get difficult, not financially, socially. A coworker who is 2 years younger than you gets promoted to senior. You do not. You applaud during the meeting. Your boss says, "Your time will come." You nod. You do not tell him that your time is measured in a different unit from his. Your mother calls on a Sunday. She asks why you are still renting a room. She asks whether something is wrong. She tells you your cousin has just bought a condo. You say everything is fine. She does not believe you. You go on a date. The third date. She asks where you live. You tell her you share a house with 2 other people. She looks down at her wine glass. There is no 4th date. Year 4. Your balance reaches $155,000. Year 5. $230,000. Something changes in the math. That year, $18,000 of your growth comes from investment returns, not deposits. The money is beginning to work, not as hard as you, but it is waking up. At the office holiday party, your boss arrives in a new suit. He has been promoted again. He is now a senior vice president. Everyone shakes his hand. Someone whispers that his new salary might be $200,000. He orders a round of drinks. He is smiling. He looks like a man who is winning. You eat a piece of cake. You drink water. You leave at 9. During the ride home, you think about his promotion. More money. But more money for someone who spends everything he earns means only one thing: a more expensive life and a finish line that has just moved farther away. His new number might be $4.5 million. He has just moved farther from freedom, and everyone in that room congratulated him for it. You get home and check your account. $230,000. You're not even halfway there, but you remember the chart. Compound growth is not linear. The first $100,000 is the hardest. The final $100,000 barely requires you at all. You close your laptop, you set no alarm, you sleep. Year 6, $410,000. Year 7, a Wednesday morning in March. You are eating cereal before work. You open your brokerage app to check something routine. Your quarterly statement loaded overnight. You scroll down to the line showing your portfolio growth over the previous 12 months. The number is $38,400. You stop chewing. You put down the spoon. Your annual spending is $24,000. Your portfolio earned $38,400 in the previous 12 months. Your money earned more than you spent for the first time ever. Even without adding a single dollar, your net worth would have increased. Your investments now generate more than you need to live. This is called the crossover point. The moment passive growth exceeds active need. The moment the math tells you that you no longer need a job. Not theoretically, not in 10 years. Now, your portfolio balance is $648,000, above your target of $600,000. You have been so focused on making deposits that you missed the moment you arrived. You sit at the kitchen table. The cereal turns soggy. You do not feel the way you thought you would. There are no fireworks, no tears, no phone call to anyone. It feels like a long exhale after holding your breath for so long that you forgot you were holding it. It feels like an exam has ended, but no one rang the bell. You simply look up and realize the room is empty. You go to work that day. You sit at your desk. You open your email. There is a message from your boss. The subject line reads, "Second quarter planning, mandatory all-hands meeting at 3. You read it, and you feel nothing. No stress, no irritation, nothing. The email has no power over you. The meeting has no power over you. The building has no power over you. You look through the glass wall of your boss's office. He is on the phone. His jaw is tight. One hand is pressed against his forehead. He was promoted to senior vice president last year. His salary is now around $200,000, but you have watched his lifestyle grow to match it. The new house in the better school district, his wife's new car, the golf membership, the landscaping crew that arrives every Thursday. You estimate that he spends $170,000 a year, maybe more. 170,000 multiplied by 25 equals $4.25 million. That is his freedom number. You do not know how much he has saved, but you know his savings rate has never been high. At 5 to 8%, he will need to work until he is 62, maybe 65. He is 46 now. He has another 16 to 19 years of those phone calls. That tight jaw, that hand pressed against his forehead. You are 33. You are done. The difference between you was never income. It was never a job title. It was the distance between what you earned and what you needed. You made that distance as wide as possible. He made it as narrow as possible. The same economy, the same market, the same 7 years, opposite outcomes. He walks past your desk on his way to the kitchen. He taps you on the shoulder. Ready for the 3 o'clock meeting. You look up. Yeah. You smile. He smiles back. He has no idea. No idea that the person sitting in the cheapest chair in the office is the freest person in the building. No idea that you could stand up right now, walk out, and never come back, and your life would not miss a single beat. But you do not do it that day. You wait another 2 weeks, not because you are afraid, because you want to be certain that the decision comes from calm, not adrenaline. You want the last thing you do here to feel the same as the first thing you did 7 years ago when you opened that brokerage account. Quiet, deliberate, unmoved by anyone else's opinion. 2 weeks later, Tuesday morning, at 8:45, you send an email asking for 15 minutes. He replies at 8:46, "Come in." You are back in his office. The leather chair, the window, the family photo on the boat, the coffee mug. Everything is exactly as it was the day you sat across from him for your interview. But you are not the same person who sat here then, and he does not know that yet. You place the paper on his desk. He reads it. He smiles. He thinks it is a joke. Is this real? You nod. Did you get a better offer? No, I just don't need to be here anymore. The room falls silent. He looks at you as though you have said something in a language he almost understands. Then he asks a single word. How? You look at his face, and for the first time in 7 years, you see your old expression on it. The expression you had during your first year. The expression that says this should not be possible for someone like him, except it was, and it is. You do not explain the savings rate chart. You do not explain the 25 times rule. You do not explain the crossover point. He would not hear it, not because he's not intelligent, because his entire life is built on the opposite assumption. The assumption that more income solves everything. The assumption that the finish line moves whenever you move. You cannot explain a game to someone who does not realize they are playing a different one. You say, I realized my game had a finish line, and I crossed it. He stares at you. You stand, you extend your hand. He shakes it. His grip is loose. He is still calculating. You walk out of his office. You pass your desk. Your screen is still on. Your coffee is still warm. You do not take anything with you. You walk past the conference room where you sat through 100 Monday meetings, past the kitchen where you filled your water bottle twice a day for 2,500 days. You press the elevator button. The doors open. You step inside. The doors close. You walk out of the building into an ordinary Tuesday afternoon. The sun is ordinary. The air is ordinary. People are walking to lunch. Cars are waiting at the light. Nothing about this moment looks like freedom. It looks like a regular day. Because it is. Tomorrow will also be a regular day. The difference is that tomorrow belongs to you, and the day after that, and every day after that. Not because you became rich, not because you got lucky, not because you earned more. Because you learned one thing most people never understand. The game does not end when you earn enough. It ends when you stop needing more. Your boss will keep chasing a finish line that moves every time he upgrades his life. Yours never moved. You set it once. You walked toward it. You crossed it. And now you own your mornings. Every one of them forever.